Yes. 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm running a little late. This is the Sauce Experience. The news by Shanewz. Yes, top of the afternoon. Happy Sunday, all. I just want to check the levels, right? I got a fire show for y'all today. Fire show. We're not gonna rush. We're gonna take the time and deliver the news by Shanewz like we do. We just want to make sure that everything is copacetic. Once we know everything is copacetic, we want to make sure the levels are good. Right? Levels good. To proceed. I'm trying. Y'all gotta hire some engineers. I gotta hire some engineers. Don't got no engineers yet. We will be getting engineers. Then we're going to, grow a little bit more. Just want to make sure. Make sure everything is good. You guys got to hear this one today. This is going to be a powerful Sauce experience, man. Just want to make sure I'm loud and clear. We're real clear. That sounds good, right? How that sound, Coach Reen? Does that sound good? All right. Shout out to Coach Reen in the building. We're gonna share this real quick. Shout out to Wise Owl Boxing. Coach Reen has on her Wise Owl hat. Shout out to Wise Owl. Let's get to work. Let me share this with some people first. I'm gonna turn it up, y'all. Today, I gotta turn it up. I seen some things going on last night. Well, I seen it this morning. I didn't watch it last night. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I didn't watch it last night. I was asleep. I went to sleep. I was tired. I watched the fights, right? Watched the fights. Because remember, I was at 7-Eleven. Made that deal happen. Yeah, I closed that deal, yeah. Closed that deal. No, all jokes aside. I watched the fights. Caught live this morning. I wanna address some things from that live. I think it's fitting, right, to say, of course, not who I'm gonna highlight today. Polo the Dawn. Hell of a fighter, right? Kind of coincides with the live that I watched. Shout out to WCS. It was WCS live. Watched it live last night. Very informative. They were talking about Boots Ennis, right? Yes, the infamous 7-Eleven. It was talking about Boots Ennis. They was also talking about my guy Jihad Tucker, and there was the particular guy that was on the panel, and he was very, I'm gonna say this right before I get started. A lot of these guys are jealous and envious, and you can't hide it, man. Can't hide it, and that's the thing that I don't like about boxing, right? And I just thought it was the media thing at first, right? But it's a boxing thing, period, because it's with the fans. It trickles down to coaches, not so much with the fighters, because the fighters are gonna fight, especially the ones that they get their opportunity. But the fans, coaches, media, sometimes even team members, a lot of jealousy and envy, right? And this particular dude, right? You can't even disguise it or hide it, right? When Combat was bringing up Jihad and a possible fight with Boots, this guy was trying to act like Jihad wasn't on his level. You might be right, because last time I checked, and I don't care who gets upset with me saying this, um, we're gonna show what Boots Ennis was doing when he was 17, and not probably a little older, right? When Jihad was 17, he was fighting underneath the bright lights. He got on, so that lets you know where he's at, right? Respectful. But I think a lot of times when guys like a Jihad Tucker, uh, the Jihad Tucker, all these guys that get signed young, Abdullah Mason, and they're fighting and they're in position to win and be seen. Guys who didn't get that opportunity, they feel some type of way. It is what it is, right? And that shit trickles down to their fan base, And that's what I seen last night. But I'm going to address that. But more importantly, I'm going to highlight a guy that has never been like that. Never to me, right? And he should have all the reasons to be like that. And I'm speaking about Gary Antunne Russell, Polo the Dawn, right? Now, here is the guy that has beat the phenom, like the color guy calls him. But yet you don't hear people speaking on Gary Antunne Russell like they speak on Boots. Gary Antunne Russell was undefeated with a him, and I think the other fighter that got that same ratio was King Arthur, Archibald Revet. All stoppages. Gary Antunne Russell has that as well. But you don't hear people speaking on him, right? Um, like how they speak on Boots. We're gonna get to this, man. This right here was long overdue. Because and shout out to that brother Johnny. I think his name was Johnny something. He's a Philly guy. Philly sticks together. Shout out to y'all. But you didn't want to talk about Polo. You was big on Boots this and Boots that, and can't nobody fuck with Boots. Can Boots fuck with Antunne Russell? But Antunne the Dawn Russell. That's what we're gonna get to today in a second. Just let me share this on Twitter, because I'm sharing this a lot. I'm sharing all my stuff because what's going on now is the Sauce experience is too much, right? That they are in, they're not even in denial. They can't even ignore the professional. This right here, right? And I want to shout my guy out. Like I said, I send him everybody's stuff. He's like, damn, your professional is on a whole nother level, man. Shalom. I'm like, thank you. It takes time. It takes time. You just don't come out the gates, season. It takes time, right? And I think that was the best thing about it. Like I said, me and Coach Green came in here. I said, you can't rush greatness, And if you guys tuned into the premiere video that I dropped the premiere video where I was stressing that, like, there's no shortcuts to success. See, a lot of you guys like to jump on this internet and do whatever gimmicks you do, whether it's buy views, all this other shit, thinking that's going to get you to success. No, hard work, dedication, consistency gets you there. But I think I'm done sharing what I need to share. Let me send this to the Russell uncle. Let me send this to my guy there. Send this to old Uncle Walt, man. Hopefully Uncle Walt is doing good. Share this with him as well. We're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. Man, I'm gonna tell you something about social media to me, right? It shows how fake and how like you know, cliques and groups that we deal with this boxing shit, right? Because how is I'm gonna pull him up right now. I'm gonna pull this brother is a hitter, right? How can you talk about Boots and always Boots' name with Crawford, but don't mention the guy that beat him? That's gotta beat him. That's currently still undefeated. You guys just want to ignore. You know, y'all just ignore Polo the Don. We're not gonna let y'all do that today. We are not gonna let y'all do that today. By no means are we letting you guys get away with that today. Um, First of all, I want to start off with this, right? Give you guys a little background on this guy and myself, right? You guys are not going to ignore the source. He's the source too. He is the mambo source. You guys aren't ignoring. You know, and you guys can come over here and act like you're not watching me. You know what? You're gonna end up watching this. But the stuff that I'm gonna say in this, please, you guys ain't gonna be able to debunk none of this. You guys ain't gonna be able to debunk none of this. Because one thing about me, I have actual authentic receipts, right? I'm not gonna come on here and do like what other content creators do, make up agendas or lies, right? I'm gonna give you guys the business. Here is the business right here, right? That's this. So you know everything I do is format, right? So we are going to go over here, take you down memory lane. There's a couple memory lane segments, but I first want to start off memory lane like this. Yes. This was, look, 4 years ago. See, real players do real things. 4 years ago, this is one of my many interviews with him, but this is the one that I want to use. This is the one that I want to use. Hopefully the volume is better now. Maybe I didn't have the microphone lined up. You know, sometimes this headset is uncomfortable, right? So, all right, you know what I'll do? It should be a lot better now. I'll just take the habit. You know, I am indoors, so that should be better. But if you look at this interview, right, and you see the timeline 4 years ago, but the title says it all: a diamond will always shine. This was Gary Antunne Russell. This right here. I'm gonna share a little bit more. It's Sunday. I got time. I'm not rushing the source today. I closed the deal at 7-Eleven already. So I don't need to rush. But if you see this video, this interview that I'm about to play, man, 4 years have gone by. This is when I first met WCS, World Combat Sports. I believe he shared this many a time. This is the infamous interview where he told me not to post it because I didn't have a watermark on it. He was like, yo, they're going to steal that. I remember that, man. this interview right here. This is one of my. I have many interviews with him, but I want to share this one because we talk about a diamond and how diamonds, right, shine from all sides. It doesn't matter how you turn it. And I want you to listen to what he says. Pay attention. Your nose. You're gonna go get tissue. Now, I don't know why.
Jack of Fitness. I'm here with my guy, Gary. That's right, Gary Antunne Polo the Dawn. First off, King, welcome. It's an honor, all like always.
Honest mine.
First off, we know you rehydrate, refuel.
Yeah.
We know you ready to sharpen your sword up tomorrow now, boy. What can we expect tomorrow?
Man, expect what you're only supposed to expect. That's greatness. It's in the gene pool of our ethnicity of people.
Definitely, man. I seen another interview that you did, and you did just touch on the fact that how you said that diamonds is gonna shine regardless. You can't cover them up. You know they're gonna find their way to the surface. The cream rises to the crop, and the real diamond will always shine. Just touch on that a little bit more. Elaborate more on that for the peoples and the fans.
The whole viewpoint of the diamond shining from all sizes. You can flip it, you can turn it, you can twist it. It's always going to give you that glow. It's going to shine from all sides. And that is just to say that a lot of these fighters.
All right, let me stop it right there, man. Did you catch that? I got this in my notes. Did you catch that? You see, man, that was 4 years ago. 4 years ago, I was always giving out the gems, man. That was a hell of a question that I asked him, and the response was even better. The cream, and I said that a little off, you know, because I'm raw, but look, I'll get it right for y'all now. The cream will always rise to the top. The cream will always rise to the top. A diamond will shine regardless. And I think that's what you were saying here with me and what I got going on now as the media marketing agent. No matter how you try to turn what Polo said, a diamond will always shine. So if you turn the diamond to the left, it's going to shine. If you turn the diamond to the right, it's going to shine. The diamond will shine from all sides. Now I stopped that and slowed it down to break it down for y'all. Polo the Dawn, Gary Antunne Russell, the last person to defeat Jerome Boots Ennis. Yet there is no mentioning of Polo the Dawn. You hear about guys not wanting to fight Boots. You hear about Bud Crawford. This is what you guys are saying. That Bud is ducking him. He doesn't want to fight. All these guys ducked him. This is the guy that has beat him, made him go pro. He did not go to the Olympics. But yet, you guys don't mention him. Why is that? Well, let's continue on with this fire interview and give you guys some more gems.
At this current today, they can only fight one way. They're either going to be stronger than their opponent, and they just work hard in the gym as far as their endurance, or they can just be a boxer. They can't do all both. They can't work all the way around. It's the board. You got styles that make fights. What if you get a style that work against your pressure fighter style? You have boxers.
Let's stop it again. Hopefully the good brother Samar Ward is in here. If not, this kind of coincides with some of the gems I was giving you last night, Samar. But now you are getting them from world-class fighter, Olympian, undefeated, perfect knockout ratio. You heard what he said about styles making fights? Check that off now. But more importantly, he said, if you listen to the gems, different styles of fighting. Some fighters just have a will to win, right? You heard him say that. Some fighters are pressure fighters. But when you can possess many different styles of fighting, having that will, having that pressure sense, being able to box on the back foot, do all these type of things. Just hold on to these things that I'm giving you. And I'm doing this rather slow and remedial so that once I really start, because the sauce is really going to heat up. But I want you guys to hold on to these things. Now, I would go to the board and do that, but I am not, because I am doing this rather slow. And I am not really doing this. I am and I am not, because I feel like if you look at the date, this interview was 4 years ago. You guys should have been on board 4 years ago.
We got a boxer that's going to outbox you, because that's all you do know is pressure fighting styles. When we say a diamond shine from all sides, you should be able to box just as good as putting pressure on a fight, on an opponent.
Definitely.
And be just as good.
Definitely. See, this brother got so much knowledge, man. That's why I love talking to him, man. He's a young, old soul, man.
All right, I'm gonna stop it again now. See, you heard what he said. You should be able to do all those different styles. You should be able to do all those different styles. The News by Shanewz. Box on the back foot, pressure. He's breaking this down to you. Now, I'm going to get to some shit in a second, right? And I'm leading you guys up to it. I want to highlight Bernie the boxer. Shout out to my good guy, Bernie. Did you miss me? Now, Bernie has been going off on his lives. If you are a sensitive boxing fan, content creator, internet guy, you might be upset with Bernie, how he's been talking on his live. But if you listen to some of the things that Bernie said in regards to Jerron Ennis and pressure, right? I think Bernie and them might have seen the polo fight. We're going to play that. But when I play that fight, I'm going to mute it, because I know you guys are going to try to report my channel. I know how you guys do now. But when Bernie did his live and he was going at people and they were saying he was ducking Boots, and he talked about Boots' fighting style, and he alluded to the fact that Bud will apply the pressure to him. He can't fight going back. Did you hear what Polo was saying about fighting styles? I'm not going to rewind it back for you, because you guys got to catch the sauce on your own now. I walk you through it. Shout out to my grandfather. I'm going to say his line. I could lead you to it, but I can't hold your hand through it. Now, I just led you to it. 4 years ago, I really led y'all to it. But as you can see, a lot of y'all didn't catch it. You should have watched the interview. But I'm playing it back now, breaking it down, because it goes into what I was saying. But Bernie highlighted the fact that Bud, if he was to fight Boots Ennis, would apply the pressure. We're going to see why in a second he said that. But let's highlight this guy right here, who a lot of people are, not mentioning, but we will mention him. Let's get to some of the chat. Shout out to Four Corners in the building. Subscribe to this brother's channel. He is definitely out there in the field, a frontliner. I have covered many fights from back in the day to current with this good brother. Definitely subscribe to his channel. Shout out to my guy, the UK ambassador, Team Tucker representative Toby. I said they love me in London, Larry. They love me in London, Larry. But let's get to some more of these gems, man. These gems.
Man, he just gave you some real deep gems right there. What can we expect you to be walking out to, man? You know, you guys are so groovy, real, yeah, some 7 at 70 soul. But yeah, what can we expect you to come out to?
My ring walkout music with Earth 25.
Woo.
Keep your head to the sky because we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for God. And it also has a subliminal message within itself as well. If you listen to the details of the lyrics.
Definitely.
Man, I gotta stop it right there, man. Did y'all just catch that gem that he gave? And you see me, look, man, listen, man, I understand why doors got open for me and I am the media marketing agent. Because I was giving out fire. That was 4 years ago. Once again, me and this brother's chemistry is like no other, right? When it comes to doing these interviews, right? I gave him a fabulous question, and the response was even better once again. Now, if you know the Russells, you cover the Russells, you see what I asked him about his ring walk music. These guys are very spiritual, inspirational type of guys. Groovy, you heard what I said, right? What are you going to walk out to? The brother said, earth, wind, and fire, keep your head to the sky. A subliminal message to his people. Rest in peace to his father, man. All of them have the root. That's what I used to call Big Gary Russell Sr. He instilled this in all of his sons and his children, and it just shows. Because did you hear what he said? The subliminal message for his people. Keep your head to the sky.
So, with that being said, I'm bringing back the old school to the new school.
Yeah.
Because it was a starting point before we got here today. And we can't forget the history. You know, and the history is a starting point.
Yeah.
Point blank period. And we're gonna make it look modern. You know, I'm bringing that modernized look to the whole old school touch.
Yes. Definitely. Uncle Walt, man, we was talking a little earlier. And like we were saying, your time is coming. But just describe, man, like you was in the gym, man, when you
4 years ago, I gotta stop it once again. I said, your time is coming. Fast forward 4 years. His time is now. That's why I felt the need to do this live today. His time was coming 4 years ago. His time is now. And the reason why I say his time is now, you guys are on here talking about Boots Ennis. Boots Ennis is this, conqueror. He's the next one. Guys don't want to fight him. This is the guy that has defeated him, that made him turn pro. Some say this is the guy with the formula, matchmaking wise, that gave Boots fits. But yet we are not talking about him. And why is that? I want to keep stressing that fact for those of y'all that's in here, for those of y'all that's going to play this back. Your time is coming. Well, if Boots' time is now, pay attention to the source that I'm giving you now. How can Boots' time be now, right? Because that's what we are. It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. Fuck them. Birds of the feather. They flock together. But that make you a sucker, right? How is it Boots' time, but yet not the guy that has defeated him and is currently undefeated with a 100% knockout stoppage ratio? Hopefully, y'all caught that source.
Awesome.
But let's continue on.
When your brother was letting off them African drums, man, because Uncle Walt said you got that in you too. So I can't wait to cover one of your media workouts, and you can play the drums for us too. Because you see when he let out them African drum calls in the gym, man, the Warriors was in there screaming, man. it was real glorious, man. This touch on that, man. You was in the gym and experienced that. This touch on that.
I mean, the gym, that's my place of peace, regardless.
Yes,
You know, so whenever I'm in there, I'm always feel at home or connected.
yeah.
Them African drums, it just give me another sense of security.
Now I want to stop it again. I got this in my notes. WCS is live last night. The Johnny guy was stating about Boots that the gym is his sanctuary. What did that brother right there just say? Did y'all catch what he just said? When he's in the gym, he's at home. When he's in the gym, he's at home. I listened to WCS's live, and the guy, you know, he was so big on Boots. Why aren't you guys big on the guy that beat Boots? He just said to me 4 years ago. This was 4 years ago. This wasn't, I just didn't do this interview. This interview was conducted 4 years ago. And he stated to me then that the gym was his sanctuary. He was at home. It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. Fuck them. Birds of the feather. They flock together. That make you a sucker. Man, why aren't we talking about this guy? Why aren't we talking about him? But we're going to talk about him some more. Let's get to some more.
You know, a more firmer sense of security because it makes me think about my roots more strongly.
Yeah.
You know, when I pray, I don't pray to no Jesus.
Yes.
I don't pray to no Allah. I pray to my ancestors.
Yes.
The ancestors that did possess a high level of expertise,
Yeah.
a high level of intelligence, a high level of that warrior bellicose mindset. You know, those are the ones that I'm praying to, and I want to awaken their spirits and give.
Now, please do not be scared by what he just said right there, but I'm going to stop it and give you some source on it. The brother said he prays to his ancestors for their guidance, for their strength. You know, his ancestors. Maybe this could be the reason why you guys don't like to talk about him, or you're not talking about him. Because, you know, I say my ancestors' line, but hey, what do I know? Maybe, you know, these guys, you know, the ones that tap in with their history and have a knowledge of self, who they are, and where they come from. Maybe that's why you don't want to talk about him. But hey, what do I know?
Give their energy, you know, a rebirth.
Yes.
I want to awaken their spirits and pull that within myself because that's where I draw my energy from. I draw my energy from my loved ones, my family.
Yeah.
It's the reason why we all do this for this sport career. We do this sport because of our loved ones. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be in this sport.
Yeah.
We'd be doing another profession, doing something else, and we'll still be bringing forth our culture like base, ancestry base, mindset base, intelligent base, expertise base, all of those type of things to the table and to the forefront, to the masses.
Yes.
We're using this as a platform.
Yes.
Point blank period.
Yes. And one more thing, man. You guys, this is the first time, but it's not the actual first time. You guys all fought in Maryland, but this is the first time that Brooklyn is really getting blessed to see all the fighting Russells under one card, man. Just speak on that, man. Brooklyn is excited about that. Just touch on that, man. To finally get to see all great Garys.
I'm more so excited that what we striving for, and that's to plant the seed.
Yes.
You know, because not everyone is designed to plant the seed. You plant the seed, and another person can be designed to water it.
Water, yes.
You know, so I'm just excited that Brooklyn is excited to see us.
Yes.
And that goes to show me personally that seed that we're planting
yes.
is starting to germinate.
Yes.
You know, so they're starting to expect things. So the expectation levels is getting high.
Yeah.
We're going to keep on. We're going to keep showing Brooklyn
Yeah.
As far as the rest of the masses,
Yeah.
we are truly down for ours.
Yeah.
We are aware, of everything that goes on. We are aware. We
Yes.
are woken.
Yes. Once again, man, thank you for the words of wisdom. We already know tomorrow night, this brother right here, Gary Antunne Russell, is going to put on a great performance like always.
Down, baby.
Yes, yes, yes. Once again, man, it's always a pleasure and an honor to build and just talk with you, brother. Yo, thank you for your time. That's right, Bang Bang Russell Gang and Jackal Fitness. Thanks, champ.
Yes, bang, bang, Russell gang. Man. Fire interview. Man, that kid is a killer, right? Real talk. That young man right there is a killer. I don't understand how we can talk about a guy that he has defeated and we don't talk about him. How does that work, right? How does that work, right? I don't get that, right? That's the part of boxing and being a content creator / media. I don't get. Like, we go in depth on Jerron Ennis, but yet the guy who has defeated him, and some say has the formula, right? Because if you ask Bernie the boxer, right, with these guys, I'm pretty sure they watched this tape, this video that I'm going to play now, leading into the second segment. But there's a couple of y'all in here. If you guys have anything that you want to add to the topic of Boots and Gary Antunne Polo the Dawn, aka Mambo, so feel free. I wish the good brother Johnny, if anybody knows Johnny, feel free to share him the link, because he was big on Boots and the things that Boots has done in sparring, and how guys don't want no parts of Boots, and in particular, he was like Jihad, right? I want to put this out there. Since he was talking about Jihad, he was acting like Jihad, shouldn't even be mentioned. Jihad just turned 21 years old. And this is no shot at Boots, but this is just a shot at people that, want to be jealous of the things that Jihad is doing. When Boots was 20 years old, and I'm not going to pull it up because I don't need to pull it up. You guys can pull it up. I don't think he fought a top 5 middleweight in the world, let alone was a professional fighting underneath the bright lights. But I think Jihad Tucker just did that. And he fought the guy to a draw. Some say that he even won that fight. But yet when his name was brought up, this guy had the audacity to act like Jihad Tucker's name shouldn't be mentioned with some of these fighters. I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking at it differently now as a media marketing agent. Maybe I see the game a little different. I really analyze and break shit down. Because to me, I look at that. I'm like, damn, when dude was that age, he might have been losing the polo and the amateurs, not making the Olympic team. Whereas Jihad was taking on his 12th professional fight underneath the bright lights of Top Rank, ESPN, and he was fighting a middleweight who came down, who was the top 5 guy in the WBA. But yet when his name was brought up as possibly being an opponent for Jerron Ennis, you wanted to act like Jihad is not on that level. I believe they shared the ring in Philly. Sparring session. I believe we wanted to run it back on multiple occasions. So I don't, you claim to be in the gym and a gym guy, Johnny. But let's move on, man. let's go over here, right? Let's pull this guy up real quick. Man, he's a hitter, man. I want to pull him up so you guys know who I'm talking about. I want y'all to know who I'm talking about because I'm about to play this video of this guy, man. You know, I'm gonna play this video of this guy, man. This guy, man. This is who we're talking about, man. If you guys know who I'm speaking on, Gary Antunne Russell, like shout out to Four Corners said. Here he is right here, 27 years old. Still undefeated, still going strong. He's a stud. Wins over previous champions. I'll pull his box record up too in a second. You know, there he is, stud. Another, you know, relative of mine, Black Tarzan, you know. We come from that Tarzan tribe. We can communicate with the wild animals. You know, we can communicate with the wild animals and stuff, right? But this is him right here. Gary Antunne Russell, 27 years old. A little bit more background on him. You know, he was the valedictorian when he graduated high school. Very smart, as you can see in the interview. Also, I want to add that he was an Olympian, 2016 team, right? Now, when you look at his box rec, I said, man, look, I'm gonna pull the box rec up, man. I'm forgive me, y'all. I'm slipping. I said the brother was 14-0. No, he's 17-0. 17 knockouts. 17-0. This was a former champion. Look, former champions that he stopped. Only man to stop Victor Postile. Only man to stop Victor Postile. Right? Remember this guy right here? Giovanni Santiago. That was the guy that Adrian Broner went the distance with. He got in there with Polo. Remember this fight? Polo mopped the floor with him. All stoppages. But yet we do not talk about this guy. Rance Bartholomew. This fight right here was at the Barclays Center. Stopped him in the 6th round. This fight right here was at the MGM Grand. I was supposed to go down there in Maryland in their backyard. He stopped this guy in the 1st round with a vicious liver punch. But yet we do not talk about him. And that is mind-boggling to me. Because if we talk about the guy that is next, right? And you heard me say, your time is coming. But if it's Boots' time, because everybody is big on Boots, the IBF champion, it's his time. But yet the guy that has beat him, who is still undefeated as well, with a perfect ratio record, we don't even talk about, and it's not even his time. It's not even his time. That to me, right? That's why I felt the need to come on here and talk about this morning, man, or this afternoon. How can that be, right? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Tobe, you are a logical thinker. Let me get to your comment. Does that make sense, Tobe, right? Look, he said, nah, Jahar got them boys shook. Like you got these content creators shook. Yes, that is correct. But no, Tobe, all jokes aside, does that make sense though? Like I said, shout out to Boots and Bozy and the Ennis family. It's Boots' time. Crawford doesn't want to fight him. All these guys don't want to fight him. It's his time. He's the IBF champion. But why isn't it Gary Antunne Russell's time? Why don't we even mention him? Why isn't he fighting for a belt? I believe he could beat Rolly. I know Teofimo Lopez respects him. I definitely know Richard Hitchison respects him. These are all guys that he wiped down in the amateurs, to say the least. Yeah, wiped down, right? But we're gonna go to this. I want to pull this up, right? I'm not gonna play the audio because I know how you guys do. I know how you guys do. You guys will report my channel, right? You guys will report my channel. But this right here, I'm going to say is for educational purposes only. I am going to speak over this the whole time that I play it. And I wish you guys that are in here talk too as well, because these guys love to report channels, right? We are going to show Jerron Boots Ennis's last time he was defeated, because he has, now he's the champion, IBF champion, and he is undefeated. But the last person to defeat him was right here. Now we're going to play this, and playing this, right? And playing this, like I said, I am going to mute this, right? Number one. Now remember, I gave this to you guys maybe a couple weeks ago, and I've been here about 2 months strong now, right? But I did give this to you guys. I didn't play it. I told you guys to check it out yourself because I knew I was going to revisit this one day. And I feel today is the day to revisit this. This fight took place at 141. Boots Ennis is the 147-pound champion. That is 6 pounds up from where, 6 pounds heavier from where this fight took place, right? 6 pounds heavier. Can you guys see that, right? He says, sign him up. Eddie, give him the zone date. Get him active if the PBT doesn't want to. Man, Toby is on fire. Let me pin that, Toby. Can I pin that? Hold on. Hopefully I pinned it, man. You know, I'm learning. Hopefully I pinned that. Hopefully that comment is pinned. But let's get to this. Now, we will talk over this. I'm not going to play the audio. I'm not going to let the audio play for various reasons. Excuse me. This is for educational purposes, because you know you have these YouTube rats, these YouTube rodents that love to report channels. You know, the channel reporters. Right, the channel reporters, they love to report channels. Let's see if I'll blow this up, right? So you guys can get a real good visual. Let me know if you guys get the real good visual. Yes, there goes Jerron Ennis. He was draped out with the American flag on. See him? There is Jerron Ennis. This is the finals. Much slender, skinnier boots, right? You know, looking like a young Bozy. Shout out to his father. Here comes the Russells. Look, the Russells. There goes Gary and Gary as they still march out as a unit. Big brother Gary behind his younger brother, dapping up Allen right there, stepping into the ring. Now, I'm going to do the play-by-play throughout the whole time on this, man. Because, like I said, this is for educational purposes only. Feel free to chime in. Now, as you see, look, Boots has them on the ropes, right? They are banging, swinging, going at it, right? Now, I want you guys to pay attention, because some of the things that Antoine talked about, pressure. You see Antoine lands a jab right there. He's applying the pressure. Oh, man, good shot right there. Good shot. Look, Antoine looks like he is relentless with the pressure. Boots is backing up, fighting off the back foot, as you can see. Gary, once again, applying the pressure, pins him to the ropes. This is Boots. Boots is the goods. Oh, man, another good shot landed by Antoine, the southpaw. Antoine is a southpaw, too. Remember that. Antoine digs to the body. Antoine, relentless pressure. Relentless relentless pressure is being applied by Antoine. Now, this is amateurs, but does, oh man, Antoine letting his hands go on the inside. Relentless pressure. This has a pro type of feel because, as you can see, no headgear is being worn, right? Boots in is backing up. These has boots backing up. Are you guys watching this? Smash the like button, please. Ref comes in between them. Gary Antunne Russell continuing to apply the pressure, turning him right there. Ref breaks him. Gary Antunne Russell again, moving forward. Relentless pressure. This is relentless pressure being applied by Gary Antunne Russell, as you can see. Look, it looks like the feet is trying to freeze. You know what that means? That means they don't like what I'm doing, but this is for educational purposes. Gary Antunne Russell, once again, applying relentless pressure. Boots, man, Boots ate a shot right there. Boots is fighting back, but this isn't the Boots that we are used to seeing, that we see now. Good body shot from Boots right there, digging down. Gary gives it right back. Boots with another one. Gary comes back over the top. But the pressure, look, he is just, Gary Antunne Russell is relentless with the pressure. He's got Boots retreating and backing up. Man, I might have to stop because I think, look, relentless pressure. Relentless, oh man, good shot on the inside right there by Gary Antunne Russell. Man, are you guys watching this? Are you guys watching this? Pressure. There goes Boots standing his ground fighting. Man, relentless pressure by Gary Antunne Russell. Polo to dawn. Look, Boots retreating, backing up. Oh man, on the ropes again. On the ropes again. Are you guys watching this? Please feel free to comment if you're watching this. Pressure, pressure, pressure again. Again, relentless pressure by Gary Antunne Russell being applied. That was round one. That was the first round. Amateurs is 3 rounds. Relentless pressure being applied. Listen, I'm going to stop this because I see these guys are going to report me. Yeah, they're going to report me, man. But they are going, yeah. Yes, you caught that, right? Yo, Tobe, you caught it? Tobe, did you catch it? Tobe, did you catch it? But let me go back over here, segment 3 now, right? Now, like I said, I'm young. I'm young in the game as far as doing some of these things that I just showed right there. But I watched the live stream where Bernie the Boxer spoke about this, about that Jerron Ennis doesn't like pressure. And when Bernie the Boxer highlighted this, it made me go and study this film a little bit more. And I said, oh, maybe that's what Bernie is talking to. Now, had I been able to continue, because that's only about 15 minutes. Check it out for yourself. Great fight between those two. But Gary Antunne Russell, who was not mentioned or talked about, who was the last one to defeat Boots Ennis, applied the pressure, relentless pressure, all 3 rounds, all 9 minutes, and won that fight. Now, Bernie the Boxer on his live spoke about this with Bud, if Boots and Bud was to possibly fight. And it made me go to that because I know these guys, one thing about those Omaha boys, they are what I like to call scientists, chemists. They break down film. Now, that's what I was attempting to do right there before we started being reported. You caught that, right, Tobe? Tobe, you caught that? Yeah, did you catch that, right? Because, see, I think they don't watch me, but they watch me, right? And when I start showing different layers and levels of the Sauce experience. I just think they can't take it. They can't take it, especially when, like I said earlier in the premiere video, when they don't support you, they root against you, they don't want to see you win, but yet you still keep coming. You keep coming. And not only do you keep coming, you keep growing, you keep adding on, and you keep building. Now, Boots Ennis is an IBF champion. Boots Ennis is considered that guy. The color guy refers to him as the Phenom. But yet, the guy that defeated the Phenom is barely mentioned. And from the video that I showed that I was attempting to break down before, we got reported, Polo, Gary Antunne Russell, a diamond that shines from all sides, 17-0, 17 knockouts. I want to say this. Since my guy, Jihad Tucker, 21 years old, he doesn't deserve to be mentioned. Maybe we can mention Gary Antunne Russell. That fight was at 147. Boots is currently that fight was at 141. My bad. Boots currently is the champion at 147, which is 7 pounds. Polo fights at 140. Are you guys getting to where I'm getting to? Are you catching the sauce right now? Since a Jihad Tucker, who, shouldn't be mentioned with these guys yet. How about the guy that beat him, who was currently 17-0, 17 stoppages, 27 years old? What about him? What about him? Huh? Don't get quiet on me now. I'm just saying, I can make a phone call. I'm pretty sure if, Bud doesn't want to fight him, or you saying that, I think Gary Antunne Russell would definitely take a fight. What you guys think?
Awesome!
I think Gary Russell, Antoine, Polo, the dog, would definitely like to dance. What you think?
I love it. You guys are so great.
What do you think? Huh? What do you think? Huh? Since, he's having trouble fighting opponents. Mario Barrios, I hear his name being mentioned, right? Mario Barrios was a 140 guy that moved up and fought at 147. What about Polo?
Awesome!
Huh? What about Polo? Mambo sauce. History's there. History is there. I remember when I interviewed Boots and Bozy, and I brought Polo's name up, I felt the energy. History is there. Just shout out to World Combat Sports. My guy. See, I'm getting good at my content as well. See, I saved this one. Because, they don't, there's guys out there. It don't have to be Bud. It don't have to be Jihad. How about Polo? How about polo? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. The news by Shanewz. How about this guy right here, man? How about this guy, man? Since we can't get nobody, nobody wants to fight him, right? How about this guy? I believe they might be about the same age, 27, right? He's 27. How about this guy? How about him? Nobody wants to talk about him. But I'll tell you what, this live, there's been people in this live since I jumped on. I bet you they'll talk about him now. See, that's who I met yesterday at the 7-Eleven. Got him. How about this guy though, man? We don't talk about him. He's still undefeated. He's still in the waters. Apex predator. He's still sharp, staying in the gym, ready. He's ready. He said if Jihad and Gary Antunne Russell were in the UK, they'd be stars already. A huge following, definitely. Oh, man, appreciate that. Toe, round of applause for that. Yes, and gunshots. Buckle, buckle. Yeah, shout out to the UK, man. Different type of fan base. I can't wait till we do get a card over there and travel abroad. I have a passport. They love me in London, Larry. But yes, that was my source today. I did have another segment, but once they start showing who they are, listen. I watch content creators, right? I watch content creators all day long. Real talk. All day long. Speak over other people's shit. Do reaction shit. Nothing happens. The moment I do. Did you see what happened? Did you see what happened? And I didn't play no audio. I spoke over it. But did you see what happened? These things often happen a lot. But being that happened, what I will do is this, right? I have my own videos that these are my videos. So they can't report my videos. If I play my actual content that I produced and put up, they can't do that to me, right? So I will play another video of mine. But it's just unfortunate because that was a good fight. Play it for yourself. Great fight. Great fight, right? To say the least. And not only was it a good fight, it was you seen some of the things. I wanted to show some of that. Some of the stuff that Polo was referring to when he was saying about a diamond and shining from all sides and pressure fighting and different things. Because we would have got to see some of that. But when you watch it for yourself, because you guys could watch it for yourself. Check it out, man. Just check it out and get into some of the stuff that I was speaking on that from the interview that I showed with him. Because it's unfortunate. Because I look, I don't know. Look, can y'all see my notes? I had an in-depth breakdown for y'all, man. In-depth. But I know how this game is played now. I know how, these content haters give it up now, right? These guys are, listen, the jealousy and envy in this boxing game is sad, to say the least. But when you are somebody that does this, you're sitting on a computer and you are that miserable in life where you don't want another content, because that's what I am right now, content creator, to highlight and put out content. It just shows how weak of a individual, whether male or female, you are, respectfully. But I wanna go over here. I'm gonna play some classic polo. Here it is right here. We'll close with this one, right? Because I own this. I own this. This is my content, right? So what I'm going to do is, right? This was a whole different segment, right? Right here. This was a whole entirely different segment. This was the closing segment because I wanted to break down the fight for y'all in depth with the Sauce on it. But unfortunately, you see what takes place on the YTC and the internet when it comes to being a content creator. But you know what? In a way, I got to give myself a round of applause, right? Because had I not been doing the things that I'm doing now, and my structure and my format and my growth been what it was, they wouldn't do these things. They wouldn't do these things. They wouldn't care because the content wouldn't be reaching the people, or the content wouldn't be fucking up the algorithm. Yes, I say the algorithm because I fuck it up. He said, wait until Turkish sees Jihad and Gary Antunne Russell. Yes, that's a fact. Round of applause for that. And one thing is, he definitely will see them because, like Polo highlighted, a diamond will always shine. Well, let's get to this one right here. Let's get to this gem right here. Look, see his name, The Dawn. This was 5 years ago. Look, I'm giving you, man. I told you, listen, I spoke on that yesterday. I said 12 to 15 years of doing media work. But I want to say the last 5 years, right, is when I really got professional. I was still a little raw, but you can see the growth starting to make the transition 5 years ago. But this is a gem right here that I'm about to present to y'all. Catch this Sauce, I'll break it down for y'all and stop it. This was 5 years ago. Gary Antunne, Polo the Dawn Russell interview. 5 years ago. And and throughout this interview, I'm going to stop it and share some gems from this.
This is my guy, man. He's up to last one. This is Jackal Fitness. You see who I got with me, the last one, Polo, man. Gary Antunne Russell, man. This is my guy, man. He's up tomorrow night at the Barclays. First off, welcome to Brooklyn, man. It's an honor to have you, King. I just like I said, man, we've been following you forever since the Olympics, the amateurs, you finally coming into your, what it is, your reign.
Let me stop it real quick. Did you hear what I said, gems, gems. And this is a shot at every content creator. That's why I'm playing the guns, because I don't want you guys to think I'm sugarcoating this. Did you hear what I said when I addressed him? I said, we have been following you, supporting you, watching what you do with interest. Since when? The Olympics and amateurs. See, a lot of content creators, guys that talk this boxing every single day. Not only do they not follow fighters, they don't really know a goddamn thing about boxing, let alone a fighter's history or none of that. And a lot of times, myself, somebody that blood, sweat, and tears, and really actually does this, speaks on boxing, and guys feel like I talk too much or they feel intimidated by my tone and how I carry it. Well, this is the reason why I carry it the way I carry it. Because unlike you other gimmicks and frauds, I actually do this, been doing this, and follow a lot of these fighters from the amateurs to the pros. Hopefully, you caught that sauce. But this interview is a fire interview because I remember after doing this interview with him, the words that he said to me always stuck with me, right? Jackal Fitness days, I had a Kodak camera, real cheap camera. And I was frustrated because I'm like, man, I don't get credentials. I got all this content, all this material. These people always giving me a hard time, denying me credentials. After we did this interview, I remember this brother telling me this. He said, yo, man, you doing it, yo. Man, you doing it. What you mean? You doing it big. That always stuck with me. And I still to this day, that's how I carry it. So if I offend you guys, and you guys say, oh, this, that, and the third, I have brothers like this, Olympians, world-class fighters, the best, tell me I was the best at my lowest point in life. When I say, you know what, fuck this media shit. I had guys like this tell me I was the best.
Rain, like I said, personally, I believe you was the prospect of the year, but we ain't gonna touch on that right now. But we're gonna touch on this. This describe your style, man. You know, you come from a fighting family, real gritty. You the biggest younger brother, but you the big one, man. Let's describe your style real quick.
As far as my ring generalship style, you know, I try to perfect the Marcus Queensberry of the sport. Let's hit and not get hit.
Definitely,
You know,
sweet
and
sign.
make it attention grabbing enough for the youth to grab on to that and be inspired by it. You know, because I don't want the sport of boxing to take a downhill fall. You know, this is not only a cultural thing, you know, just the sport, but the sport alone brings out a lot of personality in all people.
Yeah.
No matter what nationality you are, just the road that you got to pave that brings forth a different demeanor, brings forth a different energy, brings forth a different hunger and desire that you have to have and even pave that road.
Definitely.
You know, so all fighters that step in that square, I know that they can relate to what I'm saying. And I'm just trying to prick the minds of the youth and the ones that's still going on now today that's pricking minds.
Definitely. True leadership right here.
Yeah, I'm just trying to give back as much as I could and lead by example.
Yeah, definitely. Let all your fans know you a fighter, right? You guys go through a grueling training camp. You know, after you make weight, man, what's the first thing you like to eat? Because you know fighters be dry, they be thirsty, they want to eat. What's the first thing you like to eat?
The first thing I like to eat, I wouldn't even want to eat, to be honest. I like to hydrate.
Okay.
I go straight
Get
to
something
some
to
water,
drink. Yeah.
some Pedialyte.
Yo, did you catch that right there? He said he wants to rehydrate. See, mental. his mental was always different. Always. Right? Always. He said he wants to get his fluids in him first. Water, Pedialyte, gems, man, gems.
There you go.
Because that's gonna go to your muscles first and faster.
Okay, listen to the
Out of
knowledge.
your body, low on weight, it's eating itself.
Yeah, listen to the
get
knowledge
some
right here.
nutrients.
This is
You
real
take
knowledge.
too much from your body, it starts coming from your brain.
Yeah.
And you know, if you know anything about this sport, this profession, that this sport is 90% mental.
Yeah.
And the rest is physical.
Yeah,
A lot of times you'll come across a scenario or a case where as though hard work beat talent.
Yeah.
You know, people naturally got the gift to be great in this sport. You know, but that just don't fly all the time. You got some smart thinkers, you got some hard workers.
Yeah.
You know, but when it comes down to weighing the outcome of things, the main two keystones of this sport is either who's the best thinker or who's the hardest worker.
Hardest worker. Fact.
So y'all be.
Did y'all catch that gem right there? Let's stop it again. Have this in the notes. I want to use this, and I'm going to break down what he said, though. Bud Crawford, Earl Spence. A lot of you guys were upset at me when I spoke on that fight. Now, are you catching the source? Why I speak about things the way I speak about them? This was 5 years ago, but I still relive these things and know these things. Gary Antunne Russell touched on a lot of times fights boil down to the harder worker and thinker. Spence Crawford, July 29th. Terrence Crawford, harder worker. Terrence Crawford's team, harder thinkers. Leading up into that fight, Team Spence, coach, doesn't watch film, non-thinker. We watched Earl Spence still having to run the hills, the mountains, fight week, not hard working. Whereas Terrence Crawford had a pre-camp in Vegas at the UFC fighting facility, hard worker. Bomac, Saul, Red, Bernie. Can't hide no more, Derek. Thinkers, strategy, planning. 5 years ago, Polo told me it comes down to the harder worker, better thinker. Hopefully, y'all caught that sauce.
Wise about that. You gotta be mentally ready and physically. But definitely more mentally. You win the fight before you even go in there.
You see how sharp this brother is. This brother's real sharp.
That's true.
This brother's real
I
sharp.
just want to prick the brains of the youth and the ones that's pricking minds. I want to give back like they gave me. I wouldn't have been inspired if it wasn't someone before me doing it. You know, so I take my hats off to the leaders that's out there.
Yes.
And the ones that's following like how they're supposed to. I take my hats off to y'all as well.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
want to thank y'all because y'all inspired me to keep going.
Yeah. So it's been that you touched on the inspiration, like, you know, Thurman is headlining them all. You got EJ, you got Crawford. You know, the next generation's coming up with you, Richard Hitchison, Jerron Ennis. You know, you guys are going to be the next three kings real soon. How?
Gems, once again, did you see how I named? That's 5 years ago, right? I gave the kings now their flowers. Who did I say? Thurman, Spence, Crawford. Crawford is sitting on the throne right now. You see how I gave them their flowers? Then I said the guys that are up next. And this is who y'all talking about right now, Boots. Richard Hitchison, and this man right here I included. But yet, he's not in the picture. Why? Why? 17-0, 17 knockouts. Why?
How soon do you really see you guys taking over the realm?
I mean, if you pay attention to the dynamics of the sport, you got to look at the elders first.
Yeah.
Keith Thurman, Terrence Crawford, Earl Spence. When they start washing up, I'm not saying losing their talent, but when they start planning their escape route, I'm retired now.
Yeah.
When they start planning that, when you start seeing that settle in.
He said when they start planning their escape route. Is Terrence Crawford planning his escape route? Terrence Crawford wants to fight who? Canelo Alvarez. He's still eyeing the big prize. Keith Thurman, 25 months, hasn't fought. Coming back and saying all the right things. Earl Spence, we just witnessed him get rinsed off. But he said when these guys start planning their escape route, pay attention to these gems.
That's when you pay attention to the youth.
Young alphas, yeah.
They got to get a belt to somebody.
Yeah, the
You
young
got to keep
alphas.
going. Time ain't going to stop. It ain't going to stop. You got to keep the wheel going. So if you pay attention to the dynamic, you will know which time frame.
Once again, stop it. I want y'all to catch that. They got to give the belts to somebody. Jerron Ennis got his belt, man. He got the IBF belt. He made his deal. He got the belt, right? But yet, now he's still trying to fight Crawford, right? Now, this is about Boots as much as it's about Gary Antunne Russell. They got to give the belts to somebody. You got your belt. They stripped Crawford and took the belt from him. But yet you want to act like you want to fight Crawford. So why did you take the belt? Why? Instead of waiting for the fight. But you took the belt. So like Polo just said, now that you have the belt, do something with it. Other than wanting to fight the guy that they stripped for the belt. Hopefully y'all caught that sauce.
Frame me, Ron Ennis, Africa, Paul Stevenson, Gordo, aka
Teofimo Lopez.
Yeah, Teofimo Lopez,
That's
Look, stop it once again. Look at all the names that he mentioned. Gems over here. Smash my like button. Smash the like button. Gems, right? Jerron Ennis, IBF champion. Now, Shakur Stevenson, 3-division champion. 3-division champion. 126 WBO, 130 WBO, WBC, right? 135. WBC, 3-division champion, Shakur Stevenson, right? Teofimo Lopez, Gordo they call him. That's Gordo, Teofimo. Former undisputed lightweight, 135, 140 now, WBO, 2-division champion. Richard Hitchison is about to fight a title eliminator. These are all the guys that he mentioned in himself. But yet we do not mention Polo, Olympian. He has defeated Jerron Ennis. Shakur Stevenson will tell you who he gets his best work from coming up. Probably, I don't know if they're working now, but at the time, who he was getting his best work from. Gary Antunne Russell. Richard Hitchison. Teofimo got a video out there with Teofimo telling him, Yeah, you better get your get back with Gary Antunne Russell. Gary Antunne Russell owned him coming up. It is what it is. The News by Shanewz. This is the Sauce Experience.
That's when the youth of that era starts to really blossom.
The young alphas, yeah.
The young alphas.
It's just like the African pride. Yeah.
If I had to give it a duration of time, just guesstimating, I'd say another 3 years.
Yeah.
At the end of the third year, that's when everybody gonna really
start being the change of the guard. Yes.
Yeah. So,
yes. I definitely agree with that. One more thing, man. Just describe like
the changing of the guards. You see how Gems right here. We sat down, this was 5 years ago, planning this out. And what are we seeing unfold right now? What are we seeing unfold right now? The changing of the guard. You have Teofimo Lopez about to have a big fight next week. He's been on record saying that he's the man, right? He wants to be the man. Jerron Ennis is chasing after Crawford, even though he got a belt already. Could have fought Crawford for that belt if he wanted to, right? But chose not to. Shakur Stevenson, like I said, 3-division champion, retired right now. But these are the guys, and we talked about this 5 years ago, taking over, and that's what they are doing. Notice the other names that was not mentioned, Tank Davis or Devin Haney, the two guys that want to fight one another.
You grew up in a heavy, competitive family. Your brother over there, gold medalist, world champion. Your other brother, his fight got canceled, but he's another future top prospect, man. Just describe like growing up, with brothers like that. And your other brother, good trainer, Just describe the feeling, man. Like just growing up. I know nobody want to fight you guys, man. I know you brothers ain't have no problems in school, man.
It was never a thing about us being brutal in school.
Yeah.
Or nothing like that.
Yeah.
I mean, we just shared mutual respect.
Okay.
Give respect and get it back.
Yeah, definitely.
So that was the thing with us. We get tried.
Yeah.
Outcome.
Yeah.
And just be what it is, and people had to learn from an example we'd have made or something like that. Yeah. Probably.
Yeah, see, did y'all catch that sauce? You see how I always give it up? Gems. I said, I know nobody that want no problems with y'all growing up in the neighborhood. It was too many of y'all. The News by Shanewz.
Probably if that was the case. Yes. But as far as being in a competitive family, it's like I constantly got to keep climbing the ladder because I see to which level my oldest brother
set the bar.
My older brothers can set the bar to.
Yeah.
And now I got to not only repeat it, but I got to go higher. Yeah. I got to go higher because I know that a stagnant mind is a wasteful mind.
Facts.
So I gotta inspire my oldest brother sometimes.
Yeah.
For those who don't know.
Iron sharp as iron.
Iron sharp as iron.
Stop it right there. Thinker. Stagnant mind. Did y'all catch that, Jim? And when we deal with this content creators and a lot of you guys on this internet, you guys are stagnated. That's why you guys argue, debate, and feel a sense of importance over things that really have no importance. My views, nobody watches you. Stagnated mind. Whereas somebody who is a thinker, worker, realizes that stuff like this right here that I'm breaking down, that is mine, that I personally did, will always outweigh any view, right, that you may have or you may think has got you somewhere. Hopefully you caught that sense.
behind. That's a fact for real. That's definitely a fact, you know, and that's what I've been nurtured under and brought up on.
Yeah.
Although we're a competitive family, it's like an unspoken type of competitiveness.
Yeah.
It's not like we just mush it in each other's face. Oh, I'm better than you, chump.
Yeah.
There's nothing to that nature.
Yeah.
It's more so, all right, you see me shining out there, though.
Yeah.
And you like that, huh?
Yeah.
You see what I did?
Yeah.
You know, it's more of an inspiring talk or dialogue before it'll get to a rugged, hateful, word hurting, word stabbing type of conversation. Like, man, you some shit.
Yeah.
It would never get to that. It would never get to that.
Definitely.
There's always some inspirational type of stuff with us, even though we're competitive.
Yeah.
If anything, my oldest brother want me to be better than him.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be.
That's how it's
supposed to be. That's real.
That's what I'm consumed in. So, as far as that goes, man, I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm fine. The competitiveness is there.
Yeah.
It's in the right perspective, and I'm giving it, I'm showing it with a clear mind.
Yeah.
I want to stop it right there. Heard that gem. Gary, who was one of the longest reigning WBC champion, wants Polo to be better than him. Polo's trajectory, 27 years old right now, even though they are trying to do whatever they're trying to do with him over there, trajectory is looking like he will be better than Gary. 17-0, 17 knockouts. But yet, we are not talking about him. You're talking about all the other guys that, as you see in this interview, Jerron Ennis, Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez, even Richard Hitchison. Richard Hitchison has a date coming up in March. But yet, we are not talking about Gary Antunne Russell. The news by Shanewz.
Yeah.
So those that can follow me, inspire me because I'm gonna be doing the same.
Definitely.
Teach one.
Yeah, that's right. There you go. Yeah. Without giving too much of the game plan away tomorrow, man.
Right.
Yeah, what can we expect, man? This is an 8-rounder fight, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Well, hopefully.
Yeah.
If it go that, But look for ring generalship.
Okay.
Showmanship.
Yes.
And I'm gonna be definitely sharp.
Definitely.
I'm gonna be sharp.
Yeah, you always are a vicious body puncher.
You want to see speed as always.
Yeah.
You want to see the endurance, the good eyes as always. You want to see good power as always. Not everybody you can just bulldoze over.
Yeah.
Some people you gotta tenderize before you can bulldoze them.
It's like cooking, yeah.
Just like cooking. So it just might be one of those shows tomorrow. I might tenderize and then get them up out of there.
Yeah.
But definitely going to get an excitement performance from them.
Definitely,
That's
man.
hands down.
Definitely. I want to shout out your uncle, man. He set this up for me. We conversate all the time. I always pay homage, man. And before I let you go, man, I just want to thank you again, brother, man. Like, y'all stay here too, man. He's one of the special ones. He's gonna be carrying the sport, man. Yeah, man. This is Jackal Fitness with the last one, and Gary Antunne the Dawn, man.
Yes, I want to, I'm about to close out. But I want to highlight Polo. 5 years ago, that interview was. 5 years ago, networking, building relationships with official, solid people goes a long way in life. But I just want to speak on the things that he spoke on and the fact that content creators, media, fans do not speak on him. They do not speak on him. But the names that we spoke about in the interview, Stevenson, Lopez, Ennis, we talk about. But yet, this guy who 17-0, 17 knockouts, the last one to defeat Jerron Ennis, we want to act like he doesn't matter or he isn't relevant. Whereas he's right there with these guys. So hopefully now that the news by Shanewz has sparked this and put some stuff out there. Maybe instead of Boots Ennis trying to pursue Crawford, why don't you pursue a get back with this guy? Because like I said, I'm pretty sure I could call his uncle up and they'd be willing to make that happen. But hey, what do I know? This is the Sauce Experience, the news by Shanewz. Smash the like button, share the content. Shout out to N Conquest 2 in the building. Please share the content. Let them know that the news by Shanewz is working. What do I know? And that's the Sauce Talk Podcast. There it is. Ta-da! But hey, what do I know? Got him!
Awesome!
I love it. You guys are so great.
Yes, we are so great.
Hey guys, this is Tiana Tuimonteloa. I'm a top-ranked knockout, and I want to give a shout out to Sauce Talk Podcast.
Thank you. You know the vibes.